Hey guys, welcome back. In today's episode, we will be constructing a N-JFET amplifier with self-bias. And for that, we will be using this particular circuit. So here at the heart, there is a JFET and we are using the self-bias. That means whatever biasing we are using here, that is going through this resistors. And we will be applying a input sinusoidal wave, and this is a small signal AC, and we'll be measuring the output across a load resistance. So this is roughly the circuit we are going to construct in today's episode. So let us construct the circuit now. So for that we have to open up LTspice, and let me go and click in the LTspice icon. I double click it. You can see the interface has opened. For a new file, I click on the new schematic and the new canvas is open. First, we have to save the file. I'll go from the file menu, I'll go to save as, and here we will give this file a name with N-JFET amplifier with self bias. I'll click save. As I click save, you can see that at the left corner, the file name is getting displayed. First, at the heart, there will be a N-JFET. So I click here and click on the N-JF model. This is a generalized model. I click place to place it. I right click to vanish. And let me zoom out a bit so that I can see the entire canvas. Now, first, let me place the resistances. One resistance will be with the drain in series, and another one with the source in series. This resistor is connected with the gate, and we have to measure the output across a load resistor. So I have placed all the resistances. Let me right click to vanish it. And we have to have a capacitor at the input to filter out the DC component. So I'll have a capacitor. Let me click Ctrl plus R from the keyboard to rotate it, and we place the capacitor here. Another thing is that at the output also we need a capacitor to filter out any DC components. So here I give the output capacitor. Right click to vanish it. Now we have to give the biasing voltage. We will have to have a VDD here, and at the input we will need a input voltage. There is a small signal AC. So let me put that input signal. I right click to vanish it. Now the components are roughly placed. I need a ground line. For that I hit W from the keyboard and I start connecting the voltages. I come rightwards and go up and click this point. Roughly the ground line is drawn, and to which we will be connecting all the resistors. And let me connect these two here, and let me connect the input capacitor to which the DC will be filtered out for the signals reaching the gate, and here is the gate resistor. The output will be filtered again with the help of capacitor, and we'll measure the voltage across the load resistance. Let me connect the drain resistance with the VDD here. We need to put another capacitor here in parallel with the resistance which is connected to the source. Let me place it and let me wear it. So I click here, up to this point, connect this, and I connect this to the ground line. I right click to vanish it. So the circuit is roughly created here. The only thing I see missing is the ground connection here. I place the ground and I hit the W from the keyboard to wear it to the ground line. The circuit is constructed here. Now all are placeholders. I click save, and now I have to give the specific value to each of the placeholders here. Let me start with the N-JFET. I right click on it and pick the JFET. From the model I pick 2N3819 and I'll click OK. Now for the voltage here, I right click on the name and I give it a name as VDD, and the value here I'll give as 30 volt. and here it is the resistor connected with the drain, so I'll give the name RD, and the value I give here is that 4.7K, that is 4.7 kilo ohms. Similarly, I give the resistance name here connected with source is RS, and here I assign it value as 560 ohms. And this capacitor is connected to source, so I give the name here is ES, and I give the value here as 20 microfarad. Here it is the C output. I give the name accordingly, and I set its value to 10 microfarad. This is C input, so I'll give name as CI, and its value I'll give as 0.1 microfarad. And this is RG, that is connected to the gate, and its value is 10 megohms. We are remaining with the load resistance. I give a name R load, and the value I assign to it is 10 megohms. I'll click OK. Here, this is the input, so I give name as Vin, and here to assign it the sinusoidal voltage, I right click on it, I go to advanced, and then I click on sine. Here I give the value as 0 for the DC offset, 0.5 as the amplitude, as this is a small signal, so 0.5 volt is okay, and for frequency I'll give 1 kilohertz. So I'll click OK, and you can see here the small signal AC is constructed with the proper syntax. Let me go to file, then save, to save all the things. From the schematic point of view, the circuit looks okay. Now I have to check the SPICE syntaxes. For that, I'll go to view and click on SPICE netlist. Let me bring on the on-screen marker here. You can see that here the JFET is there, then the RD, RS, RG, R load, the input, C output, VDD, Vin, which is a small signal AC, and CS connected with the source, and the models are here, and the .lib file is here. So syntactically it looks okay, all the connections. I'll close this window, and as we have to analyze the circuit, we have to put a transient analysis, and before that transient analysis we have to do the EC analysis of the initial conditions. For that, first we put the .ic here. I'll go click here and put a .ic. I place it, and next for the tran we give is .tran, and we place it, so that the DC solution of the circuit is done, and on top of the DC solution of all the nodes we go for the transient simulation with the small signal AC. To configure the transient, I right click on this .tran, and here I give 2 millisecond as stop time, 0 as the start time, and 10 microsecond as the time step. And with that, we have constructed the .tran command. Here we have given 2 millisecond as the stop time, 0 as the start time, and the time step is 10 microsecond. And we'll click OK to save this transient configuration. Now let me click fit to screen here so that everything fits in the screen, and visual check looks okay, and we are ready for the transient simulation. To run the simulation, we click on the run button here, and here we will get the input here. So let me click here, and I'll hit P from the keyboard, and we will measure the output across the load resistance. So I take the probe there and click here, and from the voltage levels you can see that the voltage here peak to peak is plus 500 to minus 500 millivolt, whereas in the output across this load resistance we get almost 8 volt and minus almost 10 volt. Okay, So you can consider as plus minus 8 volt or something like that, or near about 9 volts or 10 volts. So we are getting a highly amplified voltage as the amplitude. And we do see there is a phase shift here, because this is AC, it has both amplitude and phase. So during the amplification, both is getting changed. So we can correlate that this small signal AC here is getting transformed to the output across this load as this waveform, and the amplification is certainly achieved. So the purpose of constructing the amplifier circuit with self bias is fulfilled here in this episode, and you can do experimentation with the different component values to see what changes you are having in the input output relationship. So we have successfully constructed one N-JFET amplifier with self bias. We have given an input small signal AC, and we have measured the amplified signal across the load resistance in this circuit. So we are done here. Thank you very much for watching up to this point, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe. In case you have some dislikes, put that as in words in the comment section down below, and bye for today.